Well, I came to check up on Sanctuary, see what was going on with my food and water and my settlers and all that. I'd gotten this little warning notice that I had like 0 water and all this other stuff, and I'm like, man, some raiders came in and wiped out my place or something. But everything's fine. I don't know what's up with that.
What do you want?
The Brotherhood needs food. Better to donate it willingly and keep them friendly.
Hey, don't worry. We don't want to get on your bad side. We'll have crops to donate come harvest.
Okay, well, seeing as this is my stuff, that's fine. I can even plant more crops if I want to ease my conscience on this. I don't like the quartermaster with the Brotherhood and his whole mentality is... I mean, I get it if they're not for us, they're against us. And there's actually something to be said for that. And seeing as their enemies are our enemies, well, that makes them our friends in a sense. But I'll tell you what, these settlers who are just trying to get by, you take their food to where they die and just leave them as, well, basically just collateral. Well, just casualties of war and going on about your business and stuff, where you didn't have to take the last of their food just to feed yourself and watch them just... They're already struggling down here. They don't have all the tech. They don't have a Prigwin, big old blimp up in the air with vertibirds and all that. These guys are down here. If they're lucky, they have a pipe pistol trying to farm their land while super mutants are raiding them from one side. Raiders are attacking them from the other and stuff like that. Okay? Now, true enough, they do provide some protection, too. Maxon appears to at least be willing to not just watch settlers die in front of him while he goes and gathers up all the laser rifles and stuff. He apparently at least cares something for the people of the Commonwealth. We'll see. The jury's still out on that, actually, with me. I'm not just completely sold on a person just because he smiles one time. It's not that type of thing. Or because he seems to be above board on everything. I don't know. We'll see about all that. But, anyway, so, trying to keep a level head on all that. But that being my settlement, now it says it's under Brotherhood control, and I wonder if that means because I'm technically part of the Brotherhood, or if I've actually essentially given over control of my settlement to the Brotherhood, which I'm not comfortable with that either. We might come to blows about that also. You don't just come in and just take over like that just so you can rape the land of anything you consider valuable and then just leave. Because I do have a little bit of background knowledge on the Brotherhood's way of doing things, and it's not always real savory. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. Like I say, the jury's kind of out. We'll see if they have more honor than not. It's like someone took out a vertibird. All right, so the Brotherhood's active around here, and they're fighting the bad guys. I mean, they are. There's something to be said for that. Okay, so say one settlement's giving food and another's not. The one that's not gets some protection. The one that is giving some food doesn't get any protection at some point or another. That's not by fault. Is if the Brotherhood's willing to shoot a few bullets and a few lasers in the direction of the bad guys to keep settlers from getting raided by mutants and raiders and ghouls and whatever, then I mean, cool. They've earned their bread, all right? And it's a give and take type of thing. But if they're just here just to take everything with no return, and I'm not cool with that. Anyway, that's my settlement, my crops. That's fine. But I'll tell you what, one way or another though, I'm going to get mine back from that quartermaster. Besides just a few caps or whatever. If you want to come take food out of the mouth of my settlers and stuff, we're going to get some of that in return. I can plant more food though. Like I say, as far as my conscience is concerned. Oh, they're kind of dug in over here, aren't they? I wonder what they're guarding over here. This isn't where we're headed. We're headed to the Shamrock Tap House. Got two things to do there. We have something to pick up for Scribe Halen, and we have a distillery. Apparently it's a miniature distillery to pick up for Good Neighbor. Got a decent number of caps waiting for us, which I can always use that.
Must be imaginary. Hey, something's out there. You think we're safe now?
Oh man, almost. was trying to hit his hairline, just peeking up over the fence there. Looks like we still got one or two over there, but we'll get to it. You look at the raiders with their hanging their bodies up and showing just what they are. Like, really, is that really necessary? Like, do people just need to do this? Oh, man. You know, war never changes for a reason. Is some people can only be dealt with like this. Not everyone can be reasoned with. I actually saw a quote from a politician the other day, and it was basically this, that if the good guys didn't have guns, then the bad guys wouldn't have to shoot them. Fucking serious? Bad guys do what they do because that's what they enjoy doing. It's what they are. I refuse to believe that people could possibly be like that. Well, live in that kind of denial. That's not going to end well for you. Not in the real world. Wow, just, you know, there's a special brand of stupid that some people have to live with, and it's a shame. But it is what it is. There are just people do this type of thing. This isn't inconceivable. This world that they've created here isn't outside, you know, the scope of human behavior. This is how people would be. There would be people that are like this. It's just, wow. It's a harsh reality, but it's no less true. I'm a huge fan of the saying, not liking something doesn't make it less true. Just because I don't want it to be true, well, it's still true. Too bad you don't like it. I don't think truth cares about your feelings. What is, you know, that type of thing. Ah, almost got him. Almost got him. So what do we got over here? It seems like every square block has at least one, if not two or three strongholds of random factions. You got raiders, you got mutants. And then if you don't have either of those, you can probably expect some ghouls to pop out of the ground, which is probably the reason there's not raiders or mutants right there. The mutants don't seem to be bothered too much by ghouls, honestly. This would be a good collection run. I want to do some building at the Red Rocket. Since I put my Brotherhood power suit over there, I'm thinking, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wall the place up. And I'm going to get a few turrets up there, and I'm going to send a couple settlers over there. I was thinking about sending, what's his name, Sturgis? Is that his name? The maintenance guy that came with us from Concord. He talks about wanting to hang out at the Red Rocket. That's like his thing. Just a garage that he can tinker in all day long. Well, cool. Fine. Okay. Dude hasn't done me wrong, so yeah, sure. If you want to hang out over there, it doesn't really matter to me. You can go bang on the walls and get glitched up on the roof over there just as well as you can at Sanctuary. Doesn't make me any difference. But thought I'd send him over there with one or two other settlers, and I'll send him, and he can, I don't know, he can watch over a scavenging station or something, and then we'll plant a few crops, enough to support 3 people, and let somebody watch over that, and then let somebody else, I don't know, maybe run another scavenging station or something. And that's what that can be good for. And then once I can open up trade lines where start sharing resources between settlements, then between that and Sanctuary, let those two share resources, and then start working out from there. Thinking about letting maybe Sunshine Co-op and the Drive-In share resources. And what I was thinking, if Sunshine Co-op can keep the food going, then I can concentrate most of my settlers at the Drive-In on running shops. Once I can start setting up shops, and I want to set up stores. I want to set up a couple each. It's kind of like a Rivet City style mall. That's what I really have in mind, something along those lines. Set up a restaurant type thing where you have a food stand and maybe a couple tables set up there, and then, you know, a food court, right? A really makeshift mall, but I don't know how to work out. But it'll be fun. I'd probably spend a day on that, and I probably will spend an entire day just tinkering with that, making a mall. Gotta get a bunch of supplies and stuff. Actually, I might be better served. I don't know. Let's set up a bunch of scavenging benches too. They increase You know, the amount of materials, and I think the materials go straight to your workbench. I believe that's how that works. Seems like I go back and some of my workbenches have stuff like right now at Sanctuary. I have stuff there that I don't remember collecting and dropping off. You know, extra, all kinds of stuff, extra things. So, let's see, what do we got here? We have a mall. Speaking of malls, we have a mall right here. Thought this was worthy of checking out. Let's see. I'm going to assume these are not friendlies. They had raiders outside. There wouldn't be friendlies inside. No, here we go. Didn't see me, huh? All right, I'm getting sneak. I don't have any points invested with sneak. This is kind of a trial. Kind of trial and error right here. I'm sure having something invested in sneak would help. Being basically invisible. But I have shadowed and muffled gear on. And I can stand there in broad daylight now and at least not be immediately spotted. And I'm sure a lot of that has to do with, you know, standing still and all that. I know movement and light and all those other things affect that, but still I do have some sneakiness. Also, I found a few magazines too that increased that also, but still, I'm thinking that maybe investing in perks might not be necessary. It would help.
Someone there?
In Skyrim, it was kind of the same way. Is even though I may lean on stealth, especially as far as archery is concerned, I might lean on it, but I never invested but the first point in the stealth tree, and then I started working my way up from there. You know, that first point allowed you to be 20%, 40%, 60% sneakier, right? I would put it at the 20% just so I could work my way up the tree and get the rest of the perks, but I didn't put any more than that in there. And early game, you know, the first 10 levels or so, you weren't real sneaky. I mean, basically anytime you moved, you were detected type of thing. But then as your sneak skill went up on its own, you started getting sneakier. And so what it meant is maybe suffering a little bit early, but then paying off later in perk points that were saved that I could spend in other stuff. That's how I looked at it. So I don't mind doing that. I don't mind suffering for a little bit, because what RPG doesn't involve the whole mechanic of you come in and basically all you have are prisoner's rags and a wooden stick, and you're down at the riverbank banging on mud crabs trying to level up, right? Every RPG is like that. You start out like that. If you started the game with in-game gear and a boss weapon and, you know, dragon plate armor and all this, if that's how you started the game, it wouldn't be any fun. You know, you have to find stuff and level stuff and do stuff. So I don't mind suffering a little bit early, a lot of times.
Duty.
So if you wonder why sometimes, and this is not so much because I don't really know all the mechanics yet in Fallout 4, exactly what it's looking for. Getting there, starting to learn some stuff, very cool. But this is part of it. Like, okay, if I don't invest points with sneak, how sneaky can I actually get with my gear, with my equipment, finding these magazines, and finding all this stuff? Is it necessary to put any points in it at all? Can I get by without any? That's points I can put in something else. And so I can be stronger in one area earlier, but a little weaker in another. And that's fine. You know, it's give and take there, but it's a learning process for me. I like learning from experience like that. Based on how I play, and based on what the game has to offer, and what I can get away with, and what I can obtain through other means other than just what I put points in the skill tree. It's one thing to spend a point on the perk tree because it gives you a certain thing that it says that it gives you. That's obvious. But it's another thing to find it somewhere else in the world to where you don't have to spend that point, and you can spend that point on something else. So you can kind of have your cake and eat it too if you know where to look. And so, you know, and that's a big part of it, is finding where everything's at. I found that every location has a magazine. Don't know which magazines are in which locations yet, obviously. Haven't been to all of them. But I'm learning.
Someone's out
like,
there.
We were just at Fort Strong. There was a covert operations magazine there that makes you sneakier. Now I know, you know. Oh, he turned the corner with a friggin' missile launcher, man. What the hell? I guess I'll grab it. Well, it looks like before we ever get to the Shamrock Tavern, we're going to be making a trip back to drop off stuff. This is fine. I need all this to build stuff at the Red Rocket anyway. And the more of, like, the circuitry and stuff like that I need to make turrets and stuff, anything with copper in it, all that kinds of things, so I can string up some lights, get a generator going. Got to get some water there. But probably one water pump, maybe two, would be fine. Like I said, I'm only going to have 2 or 3 settlers there. It's not a big deal. It'll just be a stopover. It really won't even be a shop. In fact, I might send several settlers there, specifically just to scavenge. I'll set up enough crops to feed everybody there. 1 person on the crops, everybody else on scavenging benches, and use that as a building supply for something. I may not even hook it up with Sanctuary. I'm almost done building at Sanctuary. I've got one more major project in mind. As far as setting up some stalls, we'll get I think we'll get a working hospital going there. And we'll get 1 food and drink stand. We'll get 1 of each merchant there. We'll probably do that. But as far as a mall goes, I'm looking at the drive-in. So I wouldn't mind having an economy going really at each settlement. Have at least a food stand. I consider some settlements like stopovers, like little pit stops, rest stops, that serves something as a farm, you know, as far as that goes. But I'm seeing a lot of benefit to having the scavenging benches and having people assigned to that at every single settlement, and then get it to where if I'm gonna do a bunch of building at one settlement, have it linked with another settlement also that has scavenging benches going too. And so you have scavenging benches going at both, and both can take advantage of each other's supplies and stuff. Plus, one might have food, right? But not a lot in the ways of other stuff, and the other one might have other things going on. Like, you know, I'll have farms specifically for farms. That's it. They provide food for the other settlements, and then I'll have other settlements that do more, you know, mercantile stuff, you know, selling stuff and what, I don't know, just, it's gonna be fun to play with. Yeah, it's going up. Might as well. While we're here, might as well look at it. We got this key off that one. I guess that would be the boss raider or whatever, to go down to a garage below. If we can find enough stuff here, we'll head back, drop it off, and then come back again. I don't mind making an extra trip. That's fine. Kill. Kill. Laser turrets? Are you serious? What was going on at this mall?
Hey, something's out there.
You think, Piper? You think there's something out there?
All clear.
I'm not so annoyed by the sometimes, well, what seems like stupid dialogue from the followers, because as long as I'm not detected, my follower's going to speak as if I'm not detected. Even if there's an enemy right in front of us. If the enemy doesn't detect us, then even if I'm in the process of shooting at that enemy, my follower still might be going, what is that? Who's there? You know, not 2 feet from an enemy. That's kind of funny. But apparently the dialogue works off whether I'm detected or not. I still hear a robot.
Attention. Fugitive should be considered armed and dangerous.
A fugitive? Is that me? Would I be the fugitive? Probably anybody here would be. You know what, let's make room specifically. More of that type of stuff. Military grade circuit boards. Awesome. Look, I've already got 2 of those. That's 10 circuitry there. That's what I'm talking about. I'm thinking at the Red Rocket, get a wall around it, maybe one gate in and out, and then turrets. And then I may not even have any guard posts set up. If I do, might as well set up 3 of those. Because one guard can man 3 stations. So that actually counts as 6 towards your overall defense. I did figure that out. But I'm not thinking about manning any guard stations at all. I think it's going to be completely automated. Kind of like Covenant was.
Dangerous fugitive is on the loose. Do not
Just get a wall up and let the turrets do their thing. Provide all the defense for that.
Has escaped. Transmitting description to designated law enforcement authorities.
Now I'm hidden. Okay, so did that make the robot friendly?
It's over with, shall we?
Hold it right there.
No, because I don't think Piper would have been hostile. Oh, that's...
Law-abiding citizens, please leave the area.
This thing better not blow up when I kill it. There you go. Give me all that. Sweet. Alright, let's see if we can't find any technical documents. Can use those. I'm liking that whole 25 caps apiece thing. Thinking about saving up some. Getting about, I don't know, about 100 or so under my belt. That's 2,500 caps. For all I know, after you give him a certain amount, maybe he's got something extra for you or something. Maybe a perk or some really cool gear or who knows.
Nice.
Probably not, but still, I'll take the 25 caps. That's good enough for me.
Deftly done.
You like that, Piper? You like that? You think that's hot? My lockpicking skills is hot? There we go, right there. Speak of the devil. It would have been nice to find a skill magazine here. Probably is one. I just missed it. Or I'm missing it. Nice. I'll be able to set up some stuff at the Red Rocket. At least one generator, hopefully 5 or 6 turrets. You could do some stuff with the inside of that garage too, make it kind of cozy. Or the offices around there. Maybe actually set up a store at the counter. Sure. Set up a little food and drink stall there. I need to get my charisma bobblehead. That's really all I'm waiting on. I don't know where it's at and I refuse to go look it up. I wonder if you can get up onto this overpass here. From here. Something to explore later. Why am I getting a caution? Oh, okay. Well, that's a good reason to get a caution, I guess. Take that. Did some work. Okay, alright. I really don't want to get slapped by this dude. I really don't. Let's see if I can use the environment a little bit.
Kiss it off.
Come on. Okay, I guess he mutated already. I guess.
Shit, get down.
Looks like he's not completely concentrated on Piper. He's more worried about me. Oh, that probably would have been a one-shot. I'm assuming this guy can one-shot me. From full health, probably. Take that! And no, that was not a wash, rinse, and repeat. That was my first try with this guy. He really did actually surprise the crap out of me. Was not expecting a legendary Deathclaw on the roof of a building. I'll bet you this was nice back in the day right here. rooftop gardens and stuff. It's probably a high-priced mall. I wonder if this mall is a real thing. Haygarden Mall, an actual real thing. From the looks of it inside, it was nice. You know, little foyer when you first walk in, all the mannequins set up in the shops and stuff. Assuming of all the real landmarks that they actually have in the game, I'm assuming that's a real thing too. And I'm wondering if it's one of those really high dollar, you know, Galleria type malls that where the upper crust of society go to spend $10,000 on items that are only worth about $100. But you're only cool if you spend 10 times what something's worth. Makes me wonder how the rich get rich, spending more money than they have to. Okay, well these kneecap shots aren't really doing any good, are they? I'm not doing any good at all. It says I'm getting hits. He's taking no damage. I'm just wasting sniper rounds on that guy. Yeah, it looks like you can do something on the side of this building. I don't want to get so sidetracked. I can come back here. Something will probably send me back here anyway. I'm guessing, but curiosity got the better of me. I had to come check it out.
Wouldn't want to be in your shoes.
Getting yelled at from down there by super mutants. I'm getting shots on them there. Take that, you big... Oh. Yeah, they're getting shots on me too, aren't they?
Hope you make your peace. Come on.
Any other better vantage point anywhere?
No bravado and no brain, aren't you?
Oh man, I think I would have got him there too. No, almost. Shit. Son of a... Got him with that. Now, how come this guy can sit here and shoot a laser rifle, but when I try to equip, like, strong with a laser rifle, he can't equip one? Some super mutants more...
You made a mistake. Now you pay for it.
technically skilled than others or something? I love that throwing arc. It's a beautiful thing. Wish I'd have had it early. That's another thing I'll do different on the future playthroughs is start buffing some of my damage earlier. Some of my things like taking advantage of explosive buffs and stuff. And just give you an idea of what I was thinking was initially to lay a foundation for my build early, get the special attributes unlocked ahead of time and stuff like that, and then come fill in all my perks later. And I'm thinking about doing that the opposite. This time, it would have been much easier in the early going. I would have used a lot less ammo and had a lot less drama had I just simply been doing more damage with my stuff, with this particular guns I'm using. You know, if I'm going to roll with automatic stuff, well, then buff my automatic weapon damage. You know, simple as that. Roll with some explosives, found mines and stuff like that to be really beneficial. Okay, then buff my explosives. I mean, the obvious. But to do that earlier than later. So I was kind of backwards in that, but that's fine. It's all a learning curve. Like I say, this first run through here is really just learning. RPGs that I plan on spending lots and lots of hours in, I like to study. The first one through is to look at things, and it's not, you know, I'm not one of those that finds pride in having gone and looked up everything, you know, on someone else's work, and then take advantage of their stuff and all that, and then come in and pretend like I knew it all along. No, I come in like a babe in the woods and, you know, with fresh eyes and check everything out. First, I want to experience it. I do not want to cheat myself of that. I see people who rush to get their platinum in 2 days after the game was released, and I'm like, you You waited 7 years for that? To ruin it for yourself in 2 days? The game's spoiled. You spoiled it for yourself, and then these same people, I think, are criticizing the game, saying, well, it's this and this and this, and you ruined it for yourself. Game didn't do that, buddy. You did that. You know, now people who may have gotten their platinum in 2 days and are still playing the game, still just enjoying the crap out. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people that went and looked up this and looked up that and went and found out where everything was at rather than going and finding it and basically had their experience stolen from them and trying to, you know, get everything done like right this very second and not stopping to relish the game. That they cheated themselves. It's a shame. Well, a few people did that, and well, more than a few. It's sad. It's sad because this game's really pretty cool as far as exploring and discovering things and just the experience. It's I mean, that's really kind of what it's all about anyway, right? With any RPG, the experience. Playing the game, I don't know. I guess it's the whole mentality of anyone who can sit there and say, well, I beat a Bethesda game. You don't ever really beat a Bethesda game. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I guess it depends on how you define beat a game. I mean, sure, okay, you get through the game and the end boss, if there really is such a thing as an end boss. I mean, I guess there's a point where the main story comes to a close. I mean, you know, whatever you're initially setting out to do, you eventually do that, whatever you're looking for. I mean, we'll eventually find Sean and see where that leads, and then however that culminates, I'm sure there'll be a decision to be made or several decisions to be made, and okay, once all that's said and done. But if I haven't explored everything, experienced it firsthand, gone around and figured out, you know, experienced the different quests and the different ways you can do quests, good, evil, in between, all for myself, for the Brotherhood, for the Institute, for the whatever, you know, and experienced all that, then you really don't ever beat that, quote unquote. I think beating games is more for action games, not so much for RPGs. Completing it, getting a platinum in something, I guess you've done some stuff, but you know, if I went for trophies without doing the things that the trophies are designed to do, like some trophies, like they'll say, well, you know, do this 50 times or explore all these areas or collect all of these. The idea in collecting those is not just to have them. The idea in collecting those is to experience the areas where you find those things. That's kind of the point. And missing that point just to go get it and leave and not stop and appreciate the story that's in each little area and stuff like that is, if that's not your thing, well okay, fine. But if you don't know, you might want to stop and give the game a chance, you know, and this is any RPG, and experience the game world. That's what's different between an RPG and an action game. An action game might have decent graphics to make the experience of running around just killing shit look better, but that's about it. With an RPG, it's about the time spent in the environment to create a world that you can immerse yourself in. And I think that's really what it boils down to, is some players who are used to like Call of Duty or Halo or whatever, you know, maybe even Resident Evil and stuff like that, which have a story, right? But they're an action game. You may even quote unquote level up. In other words, you may get stronger, but the bottom line is you have certain skills which you're always going to fill eventually, and there is no individual character to your character. You have a set storyline. You just kind of play through it. You experience the story as it's told to you. Games like this, you kind of make your own story. You play it out kind of as you want to. You create your own character from scratch, and although they took a little bit of that away from us in Fallout 4, still you have enough there to, you know, kind of make it kind of random and create your own thing, you know. And it's an opportunity to get into the game world and get into the role of your character, or get into the role of controlling your hero. Like in my case, I don't consider myself my character. Well, I'm playing a chick character anyway. But I make a character that I would admire. I make a character that I think is cool. I make a character that I might want to see in a comic book or a movie, for example. And that's how I look at it, right? But each to their own. That's another thing about the RPG is it's your experience. It's your role play experience. However you want to go with it. But you have this blank slate to paint on for yourself, basically. And to just not do anything, but just take a brush and just slap some blue paint on the canvas and just whatever, and then just go on about your business and say, well, I beat that. I honestly would say that most likely probably missed the entire point completely and wasted about 59 of your 60 bucks by not experiencing the game. I don't know, man. It's an RPG player's mentality as opposed to other genres and stuff. I guess someone who plays racing games or sports games wouldn't really relate to that either. They get immersed in their games on a whole different level, you know? Beautiful thing about this one is it does offer some of the excitement of a shooting game as well as the RPG experience. Whatever you make of the RPG experience in Fallout, it's still a world you can get immersed in. You can play into your character's strengths and stuff and go through and experience the story and make decisions and do things. Whether more than this RPG or less than that RPG is irrelevant. This isn't that RPG. This is Fallout 4. It's not anything else. So you take it on its own merits. But with that said, there's a lot of still immersive quality in just the simple fact that you have this world that you can get into and build your character the way that you want to. Do what you want to do. I don't know. Anyway, been going on for that a while. Sorry about that, but I don't know. I think really one of the things I have in mind in having started this channel when I did, and it's been almost about 2 years now. I think I've had this account a little longer, but I've really been actively uploading videos for about 2 years, give or take. Actually, I think this summer it'll be 2 years. But one of the big things was one is to appreciate, like, character builds and stuff, and thinking about the game and trying to squeeze, like I say, more than just $1's worth out of your game. It's trying to get out of a game what it has to offer. Recognizing some of the finer things, the things that they put into the game for a reason. There's a reason they put all these, like, in some games they put codexes or books that you can read, NPCs you can talk to, histories, backgrounds, religion, politics, all this other stuff, these moral decisions that you make, and all these things. These are to create a world atmosphere, something that you can actually dive into and get involved in and take part of, be a part of. It's RPG, right? It's kind of the point. To appreciate that stuff. That was kind of another point. On one hand, character builds, I'm a huge fan of that, is thinking about skills and thinking about when you get into a game like that, is utilizing all that the game has as far as maybe the combat or stuff goes. And a lot of you guys are better at that than I am. But the whole point is to open the eyes to that particular element of it and maybe find a new appreciation for some things that you can get in a game, as far as that goes, from the action part of it, but just as importantly, also in the story part of it, the game world part of it, appreciating all the finer details and stuff. And I still don't see everything, but that's the whole point of being able to play through a game multiple times, is go back through and experience something that I missed the first time. I don't want to get the whole game in one run. That is a waste to me. I'm cheating myself. Getting cheated by that, to absolutely know every single thing about everything that can possibly be known about everything. My first run and all this, and what I don't know, I'm going to go look it up and find it so I can bow my chest out and talk to other people like they're stupid because they don't know what I know. That's never been the point. In fact, the point is to experience the game in a run and then look at all the stuff I've missed and go, oh, goody. Now I got an opportunity to go back and check that out. And it'll be fresh again. If I can play through a game on my 5th or 6th playthrough and 90% of the game world is still fresh to me, even though I was pretty thorough on my first couple runs, I'm still finding new stuff. That's an awesome game. That's an awesome experience, and I'm getting my money's worth. That's how I look at that. So, what you guys who are rolling along with this playthrough here, following this Let's Play, you're getting really my first run. I'm learning. That's all I'm doing, is I'm really just studying the game, checking out all the cool stuff. I'm trying to get the not just what the game expects as far as combat goes and character builds and the different mechanics and stuff, especially with all this building and stuff in here too. There's a lot to learn, a lot to get into, a lot of little fine details and stuff, little tricks and things to know. And I don't know even 10% of it, and I don't claim to. That's fine. But on top of that is to get the feel for it. Like what's the overall message? What's the ambience? What's the what'd you say, atmosphere or something? What's the feel of the game? What mindset can I get into that in my next 20 playthroughs I'll be like, yeah, and I get in that zone, and I get into my Fallout game and I get lost in it. You know, if I can't do that, then the game's kind of failed. But as far as I'm concerned, I've been having a lot of fun with this. I can see just getting completely lost. If nothing else, just getting lost making the stupid settlements. That stuff is addictive, man. And then they add cool stuff that you can work with. Like you can find these magazines and get even more cool things. Like apparently basically everything they use in the environment to build with, you get access to a lot of that stuff. Like I think the last one I found was statues. I can make new statues and stuff. And that's just so random. How cool is that? And I'm wondering what else will be available. I'm hoping for some pre-war stuff. Like make things that aren't already, you know, bomb blasted and stuff. If we can make some pristine things. Like make an actual, set up the inside of the house to look pre-war. Maybe some pre-war stoves and refrigerators and stuff like that. Whatever. And when I say that, I mean like undamaged, you know.
I see you.
Let's see if I can get this car to blow up on this guy. Come on. There we go. I did some work, a little bit. He ran too. Still getting a caution, man. This is a hostile area. You can't walk, literally can't walk 10 feet. Okay. That sounds like a raider. Wow. So each little faction has their little area of turf that they're defending from the next guys. Every square block seems to have a different group on it. And if there isn't one or the other, then that means you probably have ghouls, right? Pretty much how that goes. Good spot to save right there. Hate to have to redo all that. Oh, that's another thing. It's brought up a couple times. Is like, well, dude, we don't see you die. I die as much, if not more, than anybody else. But I'm not going to waste you guys' time with that. In the game, if you die, you reload to where you were before. Well, why? Because in the story, the point is your character is going through this adventure, right? And if you die, it's over, right? So you reload back where you were. As opposed to real life, when you die, you're just dead. So, I'm not going to waste you guys' time with that. And also the reloading and rehashing over the same thing over and over. Boy, this would be about a 5,000 video series, I guess, if that was the case. We would honestly probably never get done. We would include all that stuff. And another thing I also edit out is the loading screens. And that's for your guys' benefit too, is I don't think you need more loading screens in your life. I think you get enough of that in the game. I would think so. Did the same thing in Skyrim. If I had to double up your game experience with more loading screens, I would think, well, I personally would think that maybe you wouldn't want to watch those videos much. Because I think you'd get enough loading screens in your life just playing the game yourself. So,
Like the kind of place you could kick back, right?
I guess so. These turrets are friendly, for whatever reason. I don't know whose little camp this is. So they have traps set up. Can't be too friendly. Although those traps may not be intended for me. I'll tell you what, I'm going to disarm them regardless, because I want all that stuff. I'll take all the copper and stuff that I can get. I have turrets and generators to make here very shortly. But yeah, so I mean, I don't. So if anyone thinks that I'm trying to, this isn't a pissing contest anyway. Like I say, if you say you died 5 times, I'll tell you I died 10. Fine, okay, end of argument there. That wasn't ever even the point. I'm not going to waste you guys' time. This is an adventure. This is an experience. Still share the experience with you guys just as I see it. Just as stuff that I'm finding to be real cool and stuff. That's just the whole point of this. If you want to see me die, watch me stream.
Hey.
Because that, you know, deaths will happen. You know, it's stupid shit. Stepping on landmines that you forgot were there, or running into a pack of ghouls and, you know, trying to reload and get shit slapped out of yourself. I mean, you know, it happens. So it was never really the point. I don't think you guys need me to show you how to die. I think everyone can do that. So anyway.
Hey.
And inevitably, the time when you die is usually when you haven't saved for half an hour or two. You know? Anyway, so I don't really see a point in including all that and extending already relatively long videos. It's just the game, the experience. That's I don't know. So, anyway, just to answer that, that's why I don't waste you guys' time with that. Or with the loading screens and a bunch of the other stuff, too. All the building off to the side that I do. Me putting walls back up and deciding I don't like them and pulling them back down and putting them back up again.
You got caps?
I'm not going to spend hours on that with you guys.
Mind
If I do build something really cool,
Knock yourself out. Just don't break anything.
Don't need anything
actually,
today.
all that stuff I just picked up, why don't I grab that back and I'll sell this to her right now. Very cool. All right, so just one of the random merchants. We had this in Fallout 3 too. You just stumble on a merchant just out in the middle of nowhere. Might be between raider camps. Just be holed up on the side of a freeway or off just sitting on a pier somewhere. Just chilling.
Best scrap in the Commonwealth, right here.
Let's see what you have.
But yeah, if I do build something that I consider cool or whatever, or if I'm doing something what I thought was a pretty cool idea or something, I'll share that type of stuff. But yeah, I'm not going to waste you guys' time with a lot of that type of stuff. So anyway, just to answer that. But sure, I do die as much, if not more, than anyone else. I would think. Although I did make that one legendary Deathclaw up on the roof there. That was didn't die there. That was actually pretty cool. Juked his ass up and down the stairs. Got away with that. I would hate to have seen him in a closed room where I couldn't go anywhere. Shit, it'd been time to drop some Psycho Jet and hope for the best. Playing on survival, you can't heal fast enough to where if he can't one-shot you, he's definitely going to two-shot you. I don't think even skill is really an issue there. It's just a matter of get lucky and critical him before he can kill you type thing. Alright, let's see, what can I afford to get rid of? I'd sure like to buy all of her ammo. I'd love to have all this. Look at those. Yeah, they would cost me, what, almost 1,400 caps? I mean, that's... I don't have that kind of income yet. Seems like as it is, every time I walk away from merchant, it's always less than what I came with. Always. That'll change. At some point, it'll be the other way around. I won't really need anything, and I'll be just dropping that stuff off. And then I'll be complaining that the merchants don't have enough caps to buy my stuff. It'll happen. Alright, so if stuff got really hairy right here, I could back up into that little alley right there and use those turrets to my advantage, I'm thinking. If they're not hostile to me, that means they'd be hostile to, like, this piece of crap right here.
Think you can hide?
Yeah, I think I can hide. Yeah, actually I do. Shit. I don't know what you just picked up. You can go ahead and drop that, buddy. That's mine. Whatever it is, it's mine. Alright, so eventually we'll get to this Shamrock Tavern. Then we have a miniature distillery to pick up and something for Scribe Halen. I don't remember what she asked for. Some little technical doodad, I'm sure. Just like it's easy to get lost and spend an entire day, all day, building stuff, it'd be easy to get lost down here and spend an entire day just looking in back alleys here. You wouldn't even have to go in any of these buildings. You could just go through the back alleys and take out raider camps and mutants and just explore. And see what cool shit can be found here. Now, this would be a little bit creepy if I was actually from Boston, because apparently the locations are real enough, recognizable to where you can kind of even tell where you're at. But whatever street this is, I remember the guy in Good Neighbor saying something about Atlantic, which would be the name of the... Oh, okay, we get a random Brotherhood scribe down here. Apparently did a little work for themselves, huh? There it is, Shamrock Tap House. But I'm assuming that's a real location. Whether that is or not, I don't know. But I would guess Atlantic or Atlantic Boulevard would be a real place. And so if I had been here in real life and then to see what the post-war rendition of that, this would be almost creepy, I would think. Got you. Got you running, too. Take that. That's what I was about to say. No need to hide. It'll all be over soon.
Come on, we don't have to do this. Neutralize. You turn up.
Got you. I'm liking this. Take that. Feeling like Boone, man. Boone used to talk a bunch of smack too while he was kicking people's ass. Getting his headshots and over there like, yeah, yeah. You want some more of that? Boone was pretty cool. I think Veronica was my favorite, but yeah, Boone was always straight up about his stuff too. Like, he let you know where the line was drawn. These are my enemies, that's the way it's gonna be. That's not gonna change. If you don't like that, well, we'll just get that over with now then. Got a problem with that? Too bad. Don't have a problem with that? Good, we might get along. Well, I can respect that. I love cut and dry like that. That's... Those may be hard people to talk to sometimes. Maybe hard people to reason with on things at times. They're dead set, but you know what you get. You'll always know what you get, and they're always gonna be straight up with you too. So I totally respect that.
Well, if
Okay, so
anyone could figure out a good use for it.
We're right here on the coast now, aren't we? I'd love to just explore up and down the beach, but shit, you can't walk 3 feet without... Well, speak of the devil, Meyer lurks. There we go. Are you serious?
Blue, we're not alone here.
Oh, wow. Okay, apparently we have mines and stuff set up over there. Somebody's definitely dug in. What do we have, a ship there?
Hey.
Are we at the actual docks, I guess? Take that. Damn. We'll go with there in a second. I'm gonna... Exactly how many of these skyscrapers can you actually go up and explore? I see overpasses all over the place. Just, man. That's all I'm thinking is, how am I supposed to see all this stuff? Which I'm not. I'll forget about 90% of this. I'll say, I'm going to come back here and look at that. About 20 of those different locations later. Well, I just can't hit this guy. Wow, what a waste. Here. Yeah, dodge that. There you go. Dodge that. But yeah, I'll, 100 locations that I swear I'm going to come back. 95 of them I don't ever come to see. Until the next playthrough, or 5 playthroughs later I'll say like, oh, I remember this place. This really is just a war zone down here, isn't it?
Another notch to the gun.
Blue, we're not alone here.
Gunners. Damn. Okay, well, I don't know what they're guarding over there, and that'll be something else, so we'll get around to that. Don't want to get too distracted, though. All right, well, let's go check out this tavern here. Go grab the stuff for that dude in Good Neighbor. Hopefully get some caps in the process. That'd be cool. Go back to Halen and get some more caps from her, too. Maybe befriend Halen. I haven't decided who my romance option is going to be. See who's available. All right, so this is where we'll pick up on the next one. We'll get in here and grab what we need to get and go back and get paid. How does that sound? If you want to subscribe, click that button up top if you haven't already. If you want to catch the rest of this Let's Play, click that image in the middle. It should send you straight to the playlist. Y'all take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.